everyone, and welcome to another edition of Paul's Cinema Picks of the Week. I am your gracious host, Paul Westbrook, Brantford's film enthusiast, and today we're going to be talking about the classic H.G. Wells, not the novel, but the movies based on his novels called War of the Worlds. But first, I want to explain, like I said, I hadn't been doing the show in almost a month or so. The reason for it is I was ill, and then we have other real-life issues that we had to deal with too. And you know how life happens, it just happens to be. But we're out on a nice, beautiful day outside today, so we get to see a nice blue sky. We get to see the trees starting to come in, I think. Slowly. Somewhat. So, anyway, let's get to the movies. Yes, here's the first one, the original 1953 George Powell classic, War of the Worlds. George Powell is the producer, and it was directed by Byron Haskin, and starred Gene Barry and Anne Robinson. Yes, the very same Anne Robinson that's mentioned in the opening song, I think, of... no, that was Anne Francis. Okay, so I got that wrong. This is Anne Robinson. That was Anne Francis. Because they were thinking about the movie Forbidden Planet, and I always tend to get those confused. But anyway, we can make those little errors on the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one here is the original 1953 classic about an alien invasion which comes to Earth, and you get the army, and you get the main person, Gene Barry. He plays the scientist that has to try and stop the alien invasion from occurring. So, yeah, I might have to speak a little loud in some cases, but that's alright. But anyway, yeah. And Gene Barry, he's a scientist, and you get some really good special features on this as well. It's a great movie, which is called The Original Invasion. Let me know if you got that, Tess.
Yep, I got it.
And you even get, as a bonus, the original War of the Worlds by Mercury Theater, which was a radio broadcast in 1938, I believe, 38, 39. It was the original broadcast that Orson Welles did, which actually got him into a lot of problems. Because when he did this broadcast, everybody thought that aliens were actually invading the Earth. It's funny now, but back then, people thought aliens were invading, and then people all took precautions. There was a mass panic, worldwide panic. And later they found out it was just a reading of Orson Welles was reading War of the Worlds that H.G. Wells actually did. And I think he got into a little bit of a court case or issue because of it. But anyway, yes, this is the first movie about the original invasion. And it's considered to be the superior version of most of the ones, even the ones I'm going to be talking about. But it was a classic, and I remember reading about it in books in school as a kid, in the science fiction monsters of the movies, and this was one of them. So yes, it's a special collector's edition. So you get a lot of special features, a documentary, and the making of, stuff like that, and commentary by the original stars, and then by film director Joe Johnston. And film historians that talk about how great this movie was and how prominent it was for its time, and how ahead of the time this movie was. So yes, that was the original War of the Worlds. Then, second one I got, again, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, and my sister's got that.
Yep.
And this one is from the Asylum Studios. They're the ones that usually make those, their own versions of movies that have actually been already considered blockbusters. They do their own versions of the movies. And this one has C. Thomas Howell. And again, it's a more modernized retelling of the classic. And basically it says your civilization is laid to ruin with a super race of aliens invade Earth. In the blink of an eye, massive walkers, that's the name of the ship, walkers cover the planet, annihilating all in their path. And some of it might have been considered a little more graphic than maybe the original one, because in the original one you didn't really have that much. The appeal of it was the ships, and the sound of the ships made in the lasers and stuff. And so this would probably be, being a modern one, you'd see a little more graphic effects to it. but the acting is supposed to be pretty good. And the thing about asylum movies is that even though some of them are considered rip-off movies, at the same time the acting can be quite good, subpar and above, so it can be still something that you'd want to see, and a movie that you can consider to be entertaining, at least. You can't really call it classic, because, like I said, the original one stands out on classic nature, but this one here was really good. And you get Jake Busey, C. Thomas Howell, and Peter Green. I don't think I really know him too much, so yeah, this is another one you might want to check out as well when you can. And it followed up with a sequel called War of the Worlds: The Next Wave. And the next wave is that this time we fight back. So the aliens come back, sort of like in Independence Day 2 when the aliens came back. In this one, the aliens come back again, and then this time, like in that movie, we're ready this time. It takes place 2 years after the Martian invasion. George Herbert, who's C. Thomas Howell, which is a play on H.G. Wells, I guess. His real name is Herbert George. Worst fears are realized. They return to a second wave, and then they get an alliance of military forces to attack the walkers, the alien ships that are coming back. And it says, during attack on the red planet itself, once again the future may find whatever. And you know how these movies usually turn out. The people have to rally against the alien forces that are invading, and then make this big comeback and destroy all the evil Martian forces. And yeah, this one, like I said, has C. Thomas Howell, or the kid named Christopher Kid Reed, and some actors that I haven't even really heard of in here, but nevertheless, like the last one, it's entertaining at most. And I'm going to take a drink first. Okay, now, my last one here that I'm going to be talking about is Steven Spielberg's remake, War of the Worlds. You got this one too? And it stars none other than Tom Cruise. Yes, Tom Cruise this time is taking on the aliens. This one focuses on one family and their struggle when the aliens are invading. And this one family, the things they have to go through, possible close encounter with the alien ship, Tom Cruise running, which he does in most of his films, running. And the thing that really pees me off in this movie, is you have all these alien ships firing. Everybody's getting vaporized. Everybody, except Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise is the only one that's running, and you don't see him getting vaporized, but you see everybody else getting vaporized. And it's like, why? What's wrong with this picture? Oh, because it's Tom Cruise. He's a big star. You can't kill your big star in a major motion picture, right? Right. So, anyway, yes. They said here's a contemporary retelling of H.G. Wells' classic. The sci-fi thrill reveals the extraordinary battle to the odds of one American family. And, of course, the family's fleeing from all the killer tripods. They're called tripods here. The other one they were called walkers. And then Tom Cruise races literally to keep his family safe. And you get your action-packed adventure, you get your spectacular special effects, all the stuff that really draws to these type of movies, and really makes it a classic film. And in the limited edition exclusive, you get an interview, believe it or not, an interview with Steven Spielberg and Tom Cruise. I hope he explains the whole plot of the story, because I'm lost halfway through it. Pre-visualization covering the artistry, imagination behind the film's spectacular action sequences, designing the enemy, tripods, and aliens, so you get a look at the alien characters in the film. War Chronicles, on-set production diaries, H.G. Wells' legacy, which is great because you get to learn about H.G. Wells himself, and much more. So there's probably more featurettes and documentaries. So yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, so, well, if the world is being invaded, the last person the person you'd probably want to be with or nearby is Tom Cruise. Maybe then you wouldn't get dissolved. But sometimes when you make the movie, the plot tends to dissolve itself. But nevertheless, it's pretty good and worth a watch. So that was our look at the War of the Worlds films. And I certainly hope you enjoyed maybe even my little rant that I did on him, but that Tom Cruise thing just really gets me. I like him, but it gets to me every time. It's like, everybody's running past him and everything, and they're all getting dissolved, and then he doesn't. Well, then it's a break, I guess. So, once again, this is Paul Westbrook, reminding you to like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Please leave a comment below the video, because we've got to see the comments in that, and it's important to get input. We need fan input as much as we can. And reminding you that, as I always say, I'll be seeing you at the movies. So long for now.